I think there's one more clip that we should show.
So as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Wow. He was quite upset, but the biggest load is crazy.
Pause.
I'm
biggest load. He said the biggest load we've ever seen.
Oh,
legend.
Freak off.
First and foremost, that's crazy. Second of all, okay, we talked about the Iran Israel situation last week when Van was on.
Yep.
This is the follow-up. Man. Yo, he's cursing reporters out like it's okay. First of all, Trump, like I said, Trump is a wild boy, man. He's wild. Because before that, he actually put on his Truth Social. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I check Truth Social every day because I gotta see.
You got Truth Social on your phone?
I don't have it on my phone, but I check it. I go to Truth. I Google Truth Social.
Okay.
And I look to see what he says because a lot of people
breaking news.
He's entertaining
for sure.
Like regardless of how you feel about him, regardless, like the guy's entertaining.
Yeah.
He said, "Thank you, Iran, for letting us know that you was gonna send the missiles. We appreciate
Which is crazy." Like I've never been a diplomat, but look, when you sit with the generals, I don't know if you're supposed to tweet out or truth out that information.
And then he's saying like, "Yo, thank you for your cooperation in this." Like, yo, he's a funny guy. He's entertaining. Now, this is interesting. Okay. From what I got from that is that they bombed those bunkers just as a, you know, one
to let you know we could.
Yeah, I'm gonna make Israel happy. I'm just gonna send you a shockwave, but I'm not trying to get into this fight. I have no intentions of getting into a war.
Yep. At
all, and I'm not supporting a war at all. Right. That's what I got from that.
Especially during this time.
Would you get?
It's unnecessary. Same thing. I'm going to at least act tough, but I'm going to bomb an area where that won't cause that much damage to your citizens so we don't end up in a deeper kerfuffle. I get to please Israel. I get to go back home and play golf in Mar-a-Lago. Well executed.
So you think that, I mean, as of right now, I think it's kind of died back down again. But he had very strong words. And he was extremely unhappy. I mean, he's like, it's kind of crazy. Like, if you get somebody 12 hours, he's like, yo, they just going to drop every single bomb that you have. Like, come on. Like, what are you doing? And
to say they don't know what the F they're doing is interesting.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Wow.
People are not in love with this idea of war. And I think people, especially politically, are getting smarter than ever. These endless wars are not needed. This isn't the audience of 2000 that fell for the weapons of mass destruction. People are not going for this bullshit.
It's over. It's over. The days of selling the American people war as being patriotic and we got to rally around and we got to send all, like, those days are over with. So, and I think that's a sign of the time. And I hope that there isn't some level of sabotage to try to force a war, but I don't think Americans have the appetite for war. The politicians obviously don't. Trump, he spoke very poignantly about that. So yeah, I think that the George Bush days, even the Obama days, if we're going to be honest,
very true.
You know, I think those days are over with. We don't have the appetite to go into countries and try to, you know, plant our flag and they got to do it under the radar now.
Absolutely. And that's where Palantir and Anduril will come into power and come into play over the next 5 or 6 years. But the terrorist enemy combatant, no one's going for that when the cost of living is highest that it's ever been.
Yeah.
Especially in New York and even with the fires in California. I don't hear as much relief being talked about in California as it was 3 or 4 months ago. We don't need another endless war. Let's take care of the citizens here first.
Yeah, they're not going for it.